Tonight on NCTV5, your leader in bringing you the best in Northwest Ohio sports high school broadcast. We've got the Giant here tonight. We've got the Liberty Center Tigers taking on the Swanton Bulldogs here in Bulldog Stadium. The Tigers coming in at 5-0, halfway point of the season for most ball clubs, with Liberty only having 4 games left. This is Chapter 6 in the 98 version of the ongoing LC Tiger March to the Hall of Fame. Jim, last year, of course, Liberty Center Division 5 state champions, and now they're back for round number 2. What do you see in this game tonight?
Well, Swanton at 3-2. Definitely wants a crack at reigning state champions, and the Tigers are the state champions until a new one is crowned. I see the Tigers needing to get their discipline back, Spike, and get away from the penalties. Around 125 yards in penalties marched off against this Tiger team, which is extremely unusual. Of course, they came off that big victory at Patrick Henry. So I look for a good ball game. I think the Tigers are going to want to do a lot of things. Last week seemed to be the Jesse Smith show on offense, and I'm going to wonder if that's going to continue or if they're going to try to emphasize some other part of their game. But I look for a sharper game. I think the Tigers got the homecoming over with, and they're ready to get back to that championship form, which they've exhibited through most of this season.
Okay, as we prepare for the opening kickoff, look for Swanton. They're 2 big ball players. Number 16, Russell Bacon, the quarterback, expected to start. And their workhorse, number 40, Zach Wirtz, a running back. They like to use him 25 or 30 times a game, but they aren't afraid to air it out, too. So look for a multifaceted attack from the Bulldogs. On defense, Swanton prefers the 5-2. But don't be surprised to see them stack the line of scrimmage, force Liberty to throw the football, which they did quite well last week to Jesse Smith, who picked up 3 touchdowns and 178 yards receiving. Swanton's offense will look very similar to Liberty Center's wingback offense. Now the kick. Low line drive, hits at the 20, rolls, gets behind him all the way down to the 5. He scoops up and falls down on the 3-yard line. The Liberty Center Tigers with some tremendous defensive field position here to open the game.
Oh, Spike, the Tiger defense now needs to come up big. We're talking safety and set the tone of the game, because they're right down on the goal line. As you say, quarterback's going to take the snap practically on the goal line. So look for a big surge out of the Tiger defensive line, as the play just absolutely excellent so far this season.
Yeah, we might want to add the 2 leading tacklers this year so far, Lindgren and Schwab, 2 defensive linemen. Now to give up the middle, surge maybe a yard on the play, not much there. The Tiger defense closed rapidly on the inside. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 9.
Spike, a crisp, clear night for a high school football game, just beautiful. Fans and athletes gotta love it. Looks to be just a bit slippery there. That receiver on the kickoff, he kind of decided to take a quick move and slipped and fell.
Yeah, I imagine as it gets later in the year, a little more dew and dampness, and should see more of the same. Lining up with 1 wide out left and a full house backfield. Here is the give straight ahead, nothing doing. The interior of the Tiger defensive line closed again, and now it brings up 3rd and 9 for the Swanton Bulldogs. You know, in years past, Jim, it's usually been the defensive line's job to just bottle things up and then let the linebackers and DBs clean up. But this year, with that extra talent Liberty's got, 4 great defensive linemen that shuffle in and out for those 3 spots. Sharp, Lindgren, Box, and Schwab. They're the spearhead of the Tiger defense, and that's really made a difference. Liberty giving up only 21 points in 5 ball games. Now back to throw. Good pass rush. It's caught out there, but far short of the 1st down. Across the 5 and out to about the 7-yard line. and Liberty Center holds. It'll bring up a punting situation for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice coverage out there by Seth Atkinson, and he slipped as he tried to plant and get back to the receiver before they made that catch. So I'm really thinking that the condition of the field might be just a little bit slippery, Spike.
Yep, here will be the snap. Atkinson, the lone deep back for the Tigers. Here a short, wobbly punt. Hits at about the 30, bounces to Atkinson. He drops back. Good coverage by the Bulldogs, and it will be the Tigers' ball in super field position on the Swanton Bulldog 39-yard line. Try to set the lineup for the Tigers at center. Sattler at the guards. Weshy. And, well, we'll check. Here is the give to Zeider off the right side. Breaks a tackle. Now hit by about 4 more Bulldogs. Good gain by Zeider of about 7 yards on the play. Amstutz, the guard on the left side.
Sattler in there.
Sattler, of course, the center. Let's see, yeah. That's right. Weshy at the other guard. Moeller, tackle on the right side. Tigers in a wing back. Axon left. Now give to McClure. McClure bursts through at the 20, at the 10, at the 5. It's another Tiger touchdown. Uh-oh, we've got a flag on the play. And from the position of that, it doesn't look too good. It was in the Tiger backfield, and that usually means a hold, which it is. Oh boy, a 32-yard burst by super Scott back Mike McClure will be nullified.
Oh yeah, Spike, they come around on the left side, and a couple blocks in there early got him going, and it just real speed and just a brilliant run by McClure. But they are marching the Tigers in the other direction, and it's a 15-yard walk-off, and that's going to take that tremendous field position away from them.
Scott Sharp, the tackle on the left, and as I said, Moeller, the tackle on the right. Tim Huff, tight end on the left, and Jesse Smith lining up at a tight end on the right with Atkinson now the wing back on the right. He comes in motion to the left. That's the give now to Atkinson behind 2 running back blocks. He twists and turns, breaks a tackle, down across the 35 to the 33. Nice little piece of running by Mr. Atkinson. Gain of about 16 on the play. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll take 5 off of that. 11 yards on the play. That will bring up a 2nd and 5 on the Bulldog 34-yard line. Here with 8.5 to go in the opening quarter. Atkinson in a wing right. Blitz picked up by the Tigers line. Here's the long bomb to Smith. He's there. It's caught. It's a touchdown. The Tigers have scored for the 2nd time tonight, but this is the only one that counts. What a job by the Tigers on the offensive line, Jim.
Oh, that's true. Shaddy had enough time, and he planted and set and was able to get off a real throw out there to Jesse Smith. And just like a week ago, Jesse Smith can run those patterns and get loose. A good throw, and Tigers hang a quick 6 points up.
Zeider to hold, Spangler to kick. The snap, put down, it's up. Line drive is good, and the Tigers lead 7-0 at the 8:44 mark here in the first quarter. Yeah, the Tigers offensive line picked up the blitz. Shaddy dropped back, had time to throw, and laid it right on the money.
Yeah, that was key, the offensive line, keeping those hard-charging Bulldogs at bay, because that was a play, it being a deep play, even with the state speed that Jesse Smith has. It took a while to get that pattern run, and Shetty needed to plant to really get something on that ball. That was a pass that covered a lot of yards, Spike, but a good throw, and Tigers looking like they can move the ball in spite of a setback there with a penalty.
Yep, Jesse with only 10 receptions on the season, but big play receiver that he is, averaging 31 yards a catch. Spangler, for the second week in a row, duties are limited. He kicked the extra point, but that's about all we're going to see him again tonight. Yaw doing the kicking off for Liberty Center. Yaw's kick, another low line drive, bounces at the 30, now bobbled, scooped up on the 21-yard line, does a good job, and a big hit by Brett Silvas. Jim, that's a textbook tackle right there. The Swanton Bulldogs take over at their own 30-yard line.
Special teams needs to be an area that the Tigers kind of work on. A few games ago, they were allowing good field position just about every time. So I think they've kind of tightened the screw on that and did have good coverage on that kickoff. Yaw was able to get a nice kickoff. That's hard to handle and just bounces around. Could be anybody's ball.
Now, number 40, Wirtz, noteworthy to mention here. He was second in the league last year to Jesse Smith in the 100-meter dash. Now motion left. Here is the give up inside, burst through the Tiger defensive line, gain of about 5 yards on the play. Jim, that's kind of a rarity actually against this stiff Tiger running defense. To see a burst of 5 yards really this season, that's come few and far between.
Well, good coaching can kind of see what the defensive line is, how they're making their charges, and for just a little time before there's any adjusting going on, if they decide they could trap or there's a way to make something happen, Spike.
Swanton lining up with the wide out to the right with a full house backfield. Here is the give straight ahead to Wirtz, and maybe a yard on the play. That'll make it 3rd down and 4, but the advantage to Swanton here is that at 3rd and 4, you've got a lot of possibilities. The Tiger defense can't afford to stack to stop any one possibility here.
Yeah, and Bulldogs have also got good field position, so they can try anything from this point. They're still feeling each other out. And again, the Bulldogs come into this 3-2, or 3 wins and 2 losses, but records go out the window when NWOAL teams play.
Yeah, these two teams in their career, Liberty Center holds a 29-24 edge in victories. Now the draw play goes nowhere. Ryan Zeider from his quarterback spot came busting through. Slam, bam, boom. He's down for a 5-yard loss, and that'll bring up 4th down and about 9 for the Bulldogs on their own 31-yard line. Once again, Jim, another facet of that big play, Tiger defense. Bulldogs in punt formation. Good snap. Has time, gets it up, a nice spiraling kick taken by Atkinson. Has a little bit of trouble, the ball floated, but he reined it in, held on to the football, took a pop on the ground, but Tigers will take over on their own 35-yard line. 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. Liberty leads at 7-0.
Not normally a thing that the cornerback does is blitz like that, but totally caught him by surprise. Just a big play defensive effort there by Ryan Zeider.
Tigers now with the wing to the right. And who's got the football? I guess they gave it to the fullback coming through first. Zeider picking up about 7 on the play. Jim, the Tiger defense, the Tiger backs carry out their fakes so well. It's really hard to pick out sometimes just who has the football. 2nd down and 3, the Tigers with the ball on their own 42-yard line. Atkinson in a wing right, 2 tight ends set for the Tigers. Here is the sweep to McClure. He cuts it up inside. He makes a burst to the outside, cuts back in. Now he's got a host of blockers down the sideline, makes another cut, and finally pulled down at the 7-yard line. Jim, he come right back and did it again. A beautiful piece of running by Mike McClure. As normal, the great downfield blocking for Liberty Center, but that Mike McClure picked and juked, turned his way, twisted around, broke a couple tackles along the way, all the way down to the 7.
Oh, Mike McClure just showed the maturity that he's come to, and you won't see a prettier high school run all season. That is a highlight film right there.
Tigers now with the ball. Atkinson again in that wing right. Here is the give to McClure again, breaks a tackle at the 10, down to the 5 and twists to the 4. Gain of 3. Mike McClure averaging 12 yards a carry this year, so that certainly shows his explosiveness. Atkinson in a wing left to give to McClure again, down to the 2, where he's finally brought down by about 5 Bulldog tacklers. Liberty Center taking it right to the Bulldogs in the trenches.
Bulldogs trying to stiffen up. They don't want to allow another score here at about the midway point in the first quarter, but Tigers got them backed up right on the goal line. It is third down, though, third and about 3 to the goal line.
Tigers still with the 2 tight end set. Atkinson in the wing left, just outside Huff. Here is the straight ahead dive to Zeider, down near the goal line. It's close, and they signal. It's another Tiger touchdown. They lead it 13-0. 4:26 to go here just in the first quarter. Jim, there's our durable fullback, Ryan Zeider, who averages over 9 yards a carry himself. But his durability, he's leading the Tigers in carries this season. Now the snap down, set, kick is up, and it's a beauty. Spangler drills it, and that ups the Tiger lead to 14-0. McClure with 509 in yardage, and Zeider at 507 in only 5 games, and in 3 of those, pretty limited action. So you can see the Tiger ground game, which averages about 350 yards a game, has exploited once again the weaknesses in the opposition's defense. Quickly here, while we're waiting for the kickoff, our personal sponsors for tonight's game, the game-by-game sponsors, we have Rick and Rhonda Miller, and also Nick and Brittany for Jesse Miller. We have Bob and Julie Shaddy, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, Dave and Deb Silvis for their son Brett, Dave, Nanette, Abby, and Andrew Schwab for their son number 67, Matt Schwab. And we also have Glenn, Gaina, Molly, Ben, and Katie Small wishing Jesse Smith good luck. Certainly that held true. Jesse already with a touchdown. Now to kick off again for Liberty Center Yaw. Another low line drive. It bounces at the 22. Finally picked up at the 15. Wirtz comes around the right side, looks for a seam. There's a push there. Now fumbled, and I think it's going to be waiting. Yes, it is. Liberty Center Tiger football. The Bulldogs tried to get away with a piece of chicanery there, but it caught up with them. A bad block, but eventually it turned into a fumble. The Tigers recover. Did we pick up who got that, Jim?
I didn't hear it. Who recovered? Might have been from the Bulldog 36-yard line.
Could have been Amstutz.
All right. We think it could have been Paul Amstutz. Now the Tigers with a brand new set. They've got Tim Huff lining out wide to the left. Atkinson in the slot on the left. Smith, the tight end, on the right. Zeider, McClure in the backfield. Shaddy drops back. Now here's the end around to Huff. Huff looking to throw. Here's the bomb downfield to a wide open Smith. It's another Tiger touchdown. And did you hear what I said? It's another Tiger touchdown. The third TD in the first 8 minutes of the ball game. Jim, something looked a little odd there because a rarity. We had Tim Huff lined out wide to the left.
Yeah. Yeah, Spike, and when he took that handoff, it looked like the end around coming, but he pulled up, and sure enough, downfield, Jesse Smith had run a beautiful pattern. He was wide open. A nice pass there by Tim Huff. Good pass. Tigers on the board again.
And the third point after touchdown attempt once again is drilled by that powerful leg of Spangler on the hold from Zeider. 4:09 to go here in the first, and it's a whopping 21-0 score and lead by, we hope, those playoff-bound Liberty Center Tigers. Jim, you would think by now, Jesse Smith, highly renowned around the league, once again had his hand in the cookie jar, and when are people going to learn to pull it out? They cannot leave Jesse Smith wide open. I would send 2 players with him every time he even steps out onto the field.
Oh, that's so true, but the Bulldogs bought the ball handling of the Tiger backfield, and it looked like a run all the way to them, so they let Jesse run. Figure, oh, he's just out here running. Well, you're right. You're exactly right. In fact, the Swanton coaches are going to point that out in a big way. They got to cover that guy. I don't care what kind of play it is. You know where Jesse Smith is, because he demonstrated last week and is continuing this week to do what we've known he can do and did do often last year. Jesse Smith and just so many offensive weapons for the Tigers make them the team that they are, and playoff bound is a certainty if they don't stub their toe.
High, booming kickoff, taken all the way down to the 10-yard line. Great Tiger coverage here, and he's going to be thrown down, and there's a clip. Brian Flory in there. Great special teams player for Liberty Center Tigers. Ranks pretty high on the list with 13 tackles this year. Several Tigers in there, and I believe there's going to be a Swanton clip. Well, Jim, another mistake by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a good call, Spike. You had that one sniffed, and that's going to march them backward some more.
Yeah, they'll be down inside their own 10-yard line. We'll check on that 3-2 record at halftime. Swanton lining up now in that full house backfield with the wide out to the right. Now motion to the right. Drops back to throw. He's got a man open. Caught. Small gain. Scott Sharp out there from his left defensive tackle spot in pursuit. Jim, boy, I tell you what, this multi-talented Tiger defense shows just another phase of their game. Scott Sharp should have been someplace in the trenches, but he was out there making the tackle on a screen pass.
Well, he might have had coverage, or maybe because it was a screen pass, he smelled that out and realized, wait a minute, I'm not getting blocked, and there's only a couple of things that can happen when that occurs, and he played heads-up ball and got out there and made the stop.
And that's not the first time Scott's been alert enough to make that change. Now motion to the right again. Here's a give back the other way to Wirtz. And stop there, tackle, I think, by Sattler, number 65. Danny Sattler knifing in. Jim, the Tiger defense, they come from everywhere. They're just quick. They have a nose, can smell out the football. Really hard to run against Liberty Center.
Yep, and it's not just one or two, it's just the whole team, because you could be picking these numbers out and somebody else is doing it, or they're doing it together. But that's what makes a real playoff team, Spike, a championship team, that they can do it a lot of different ways.
Same set for the Bulldogs. They've had 2 wide receivers. Now under pressure, and it's a safety! I believe that was Sattler again.
Yeah.
Danny Sattler from his defensive end position. Wham, bam, kaboom, and it's another 2 points for Liberty Center. 23-0, still with 2.5 to go here in quarter number 1.
No, Spike, we go back to that bad field position by the Swanton Bulldogs, and there's a lot of things that can happen when you're back to your goal line, and some of them aren't good. And sure enough, Tigers with a tremendous rush there by Danny Sattler, most notably, but other Tigers pushing the whole wall back, the whole offensive line of the Bulldogs, and they come up with a safety. So 2 points more for the Tigers, and plus they're going to get the ball.
Very often they don't need to. They have such a tremendous defensive unit. They can about do what they want. And when they do pull off that surprise blitz, boy, look out. It's Katie bar the door then. Now for the Tigers, we have on the receive team, we've got Strayer, Furco, Flory, Miller. Atkinson takes the punt, straight up the field. He knifes through, he's untouched. He breaks a tackle, now gets outside, makes a twist, breaks another one. He's hit, finally downed at the 29-yard line. The whirling dervish, Seth Atkinson, twists and turns his way through, all the way down from his own 30-yard line. 41-yard return, Tigers ball on the 29. 2:20 to go here in quarter number 1. We have Smith set out wide to the right with Atkinson in the slot right. The give straight ahead to Zeider, cuts it outside, breaks a tackle. He's at the 10, the 5. It's another Tiger touchdown. Jim, when are they going to stop? Gee, it may never happen this half. We may see an all-time Tiger scoring record. What an onslaught.
Tiger offense is really purring good, and they just get it done, Spike. There's good blocking and then a tremendous running by the Tiger backfield, or the passing attack, or a play maybe we haven't seen, and just real good execution. And what can you say? Points are coming in bunches, but a lot of credit to the line. They get these backs started, and it works.
The snap, the set down good, and the kick once again by Todd Spangler right down the middle. Tigers lead it 30-0. 2:13 still left in the first quarter. Just squad. Tigers averaging right now about 3 points a minute.
Now, Spike, the way it's going, maybe it won't be too long till we'll see some Tiger reserves. You know, you hate to spoil the front line's perfect execution and practice, or their reward for practicing hard all week. But on the other hand, when they run points up like this, it won't be long till we'll see these guys that don't get a lot of playing time and haven't had a lot of playing time the last couple weeks. But wow, the Tigers are sharp tonight.
Yeah, Liberty Center definitely winning the war of field position, and it all stems from that super Tiger defense. They've called just 2 blitzes tonight, and both turned into huge, huge plays. Having outside return duties here, Weshy on one side, Smith on the other. Kick wobbles and goes out of bounds down around the 16-yard line. And Swanton, with perhaps their best field position of the evening, will have a first down, I believe, starting at their own 35-yard line. Liberty, their squad certainly decimated by a loss to their ranks, having a new man breaking in. But they've rebounded well, and they're picking up steam, too, as the season goes on. Swanton crew here still leaves something to be desired. Now a little swing pass over in the left flats, and it's going to be about a 6-yard gain. The Swanton Bulldogs catching the Tigers a little unaware. And a nice first down gain for Swanton, about 6 yards. That'll put the ball up over the 40-yard line. And certainly Swanton now enjoying their best field position of the evening. Try to set the defense here. We've got Smith, a corner out here on the left. Zeider, a corner on the right. Atkinson, middle safety. Van Gunten and Amstutz, the defensive ends. Here's the give to Wirtz. He breaks a hole, breaks through, and a big play for Swanton. Gain of about 8 yards on the play, and the Bulldogs at midfield now with a first down, their first down of the football game. Jim, a good job, a little misdirection there, giving it to their bread and butter back. Wirtz picked up about 8.
Yeah, the Tigers were just a little bit fooled on that spike. I wasn't sure whether that was a trap right there on the line to kind of negate some of this tremendous surge that the Tiger defensive line has made at this point. I don't know what we saw, but it was a good play for the Bulldogs.
Now back to throw, under pressure, gets off a wobbler, and I don't know, I believe it's intercepted by Ryan Zeider. No, Seth Atkinson. Seth came back for the football alertly, saw the wobbler out there, good Tiger pass rush, set the table for Atkinson, and Swanton's drive into Liberty Center territory stopped. 53 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. And the Tigers will get a first down on their own 33-yard line. There's a Bulldog timeout. We've got a fish fry coming up Friday, November 6th, starting at 4:30 before the Liberty Center Archbold game. It will be held in the Liberty Center High School cafeteria. Proceeds will go to the St. Paul Lutheran Church Building Finance Committee and also their youth group.
What kind of fish, Spike?
I imagine mackerel.
Good fish.
Uh-oh, here's the, well, who's got it? Zeider? Zeider, no, Atkinson. Atkinson came in motion with the football. Holy mackerel, switch the 3 cups around. Where's the ball underneath the cup, Jim? I got lost again. First it appeared to be an end around, and then we looked for the man with the ball, Zeider, who a lot of times ends up with it.
Yeah.
But no, it was McClure. No, and it wasn't McClure, it was Atkinson.
I believe that's that play that they were having trouble executing a couple weeks ago where they were bumping in each other as they were handing it off.
Tigers with 2 tights, Atkinson in the wing. Here's a give to Atkinson off his wing position. Gain of about 2 on the play. Jim, that didn't go for big yardage, but it's just one more weapon that the Bulldogs have to worry about. Yep. The coaching staff in a little pregame interview said that rather than try to hide anything from anybody and keep it pretty basic tonight, their philosophy is we'd rather show a lot. We want to give teams a lot to worry about, make them remember the halfback pass, make them remember the end around, the inside reverse, and we also saw the end around pass from Tim Huff. So they like to show it all and let the other teams worry and wonder just what the Tigers are going to do next. Finally, here at the end of the first quarter, the bloodletting finally over for the Swanton Bulldogs. Liberty Center piling up a 30-point lead. They lead 30-0 here at the end of 1 in beautiful Bulldog Stadium. Now to mention our sponsors here for the season, and we cannot thank these people enough. They're the ones that make it possible for us to bring you these tape-delayed broadcasts. We have KK Collision, operated by Kyle Kern. We have Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, Dave's Running Shop in Delta with a complete line of Liberty Center togs and shoes. Pizzanello's Pizza, operated by Craig and Sherry Myers, bringing you the best in Tiger Pizza. Also, we have Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Services. And back.
Okay. From all of us at the Henry County Bank, we wish the Liberty Center Tigers great success in their football season for 1998, as well as all of the other football teams in Henry County.
When it goes up.
Good. Wait, count to 3 with your fingers.
Okay.
Good luck, Tigers, from A. Miller and Sons Trucking.
That's all you'd had.
Good luck.
He's gonna say something about Pilliard.
Get Brass doing the
He caught me in Swanton, Ohio, which is Liberty Center during football season.
Torched, sheared, come to Swanton Welding. Everybody here at Swanton Welding wants to wish Liberty Center good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, Tigers.
Good luck.
Good luck, Liberty Center Tigers.
Ellen. Yeah. Nope. Satisfied customer. You get over there.
No, I'm just...
It's about Pisanello's Pizza.
Great service. I love the buffet.
Sherry the pizza goddess.
Jesse, what do you like?
I like the buffet.
Rule.
Davis Farm Service is the best. Yes. Go. Davis Farm Service is a proud sponsor of Liberty Center Athletics.
And back to the rest in a minute. Tigers lining up, 2 tight ends, Atkinson wing on the left, Zyder, McClure in the backfield to start the second quarter. Here is the straight ahead give to Zyder. He follows the surge of the offensive line on the right side down to the Bulldog 45-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. It will bring up 3rd down and 5 for Liberty Center. Also, we have Davis Farm Services with several locations in the area. Swanton Welding, operated by Norm Zyder. Pilliard's in Swanton. B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking of Liberty Center. First National Bank of Liberty Center. Tigers now set, 3rd down and 5. 2 wideouts. Shaddy dropping back to throw, has time, throws over there, and it's caught, and what a hit! Held on to over there by Atkinson. Boy, did he take a licking. That's awfully close to 1st down yardage. We're going to wait for a spot here from the opposite side of the field. It appears to be enough. Yes, it is. It's ruled a 1st down. Ball caught on the Bulldog 40-yard line. Shaddy laid it out there pretty good, Jim.
Yes, he did. And Seth Atkinson, that was his pass play out there, and he saw it coming. He got up, made the catch, and held on to it. But he took a whale of a wallop, but held on to it, and Tigers are ready to go with a 1st and 10.
Atkinson wing on the right side, straight ahead dive to McClure. He breaks up through, now breaks another tackle, still has the football, rambling down the sideline, finally brought down about the 10-yard line. A 29-yard jaunt. It appeared that he was stopped someplace after about a 6-yard gain, but with his strength, he burst through about 3 tacklers, rambled down the sidelines, and it's a 1st and 10 on the Bulldog 12-yard line. Once again, here come the Liberty Center Tigers. Tigers lining up with 2 tight ends, Atkinson wing on the left. We've got an official's timeout on the field. I believe we've got Flory in there as at a guard on the right side. Here's the give to Atkinson in motion. He cutting outside now, cuts it back inside the end, breaks a burst, and he's in! Once again, it's another Tiger touchdown with 10:13 to go here in the second quarter. 6 more on the board. It's 36-0 Liberty Center. Woo! 4 points per minute now. Tigers will go for the single point after touchdown. Zyder to hold, Spangler set to kick. Snap is good, hold is good. Spangler drives it through. Jim, I believe it was leg strength alone that got that ball up and through the
Plays take some real thinking out there, because we've got misdirection, we've got split end option passes, we've got motion back, takes the pitch as he swings around behind Shaddy. I mean, we've just about seen it all. So Tiger coaching staff really opening it up And Tigers not missing a beat. They're just playing, getting it done. The line's blocking, and some of those.
Mike McClure and Ryan Zeider make for probably one of the best running tandems the Tigers have ever had. Another awful good one come to mind was Kern and Ward back in the late 80s. But you talk about explosiveness, durability, toughness, shiftiness. I mean, these guys have got it. So how many times do you see them break tackles, evade tackles in midfield? Spangler to kick for the Tigers. Tigers going to be called for an offsides. Several of the Tigers on that left side were over the kicking line of scrimmage, so to speak.
I don't necessarily like, but at least you appreciate their enthusiasm. They know what they wanted to do, and they were getting down there on coverage, but they got just a little ahead of Mr. Spangler, so they got to come back and try her again.
Jim, it's the off-season weight program. I mean, these guys are strong as bull oxes. And we can't just stop with those two.
Oh, no, we got Atkinson in there. He's got a yard per carry average right in there with any of them, and that's just it. The Tigers have just so many weapons, Spike, that you can say you're going to stop this guy, and boom, this guy gets it going. So certainly with Atkinson in that crowd, and just even people on sidelines that could get in there.
High kick down the left sideline, taking it to 22, and he slips and falls. Tigers hold Swanton again inside the 30-yard line. Swanton will take over on their own 28. Ryder averaging 9, Atkinson averaging over 9 yards a carry. And then we go down to Silvis and Collins, and these guys are averaging over 8 yards a carry. Jim, it just goes on and on. Ryan Miller, who fills in occasionally at the slot back. Big yardage for Ryan, and he also a fine receiver out of the backfield for Liberty. Tigers on defense here. They give to Wirtz, and he's popped, met right there at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made, we think, by Lindgren. Yep. Tigers now shuffling things around. Jesse Miller in there. Furco in the lineup for Liberty Center. Yeah, Strayer's in there. Silvis is in there for Liberty Center.
Matt Schwab.
Yeah, Matt Schwab in there.
Troy Westoven.
Yep, number 35, Westoven also in the lineup for Liberty Center. 9:27 here. The Tigers rolling along. They lead at 37-0. Joe Keller also in. Flag on the play. And to finish out that list of Tiger sponsors for the season, making these broadcasts possible, as we've mentioned, we have L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating, located in Napoleon. Holgate Metal Fab, run by Big Tiger booster Jeff Spangler. Clapp and Haney Tools in White House, run by the Carpenter brothers. We also have Terry and Mary Lou Bowers of Liberty Enterprises, and Skip Miller of Miller Trucking in Napoleon. 1st and 17 after the penalty. Here's the give off the right side, down around the line of scrimmage, and another flag in the Swanton backfield. We will quarter, but the game already pretty much out of reach at 37-0. Tiger coaching staff here has to scratch their heads at just how they're going to use this Tiger team.
Yeah, you're right, but this is a time when a lot of reserves can get up there and show this depth that is so great for a truly championship team. You have to have depth. People get tired. There are injuries. People need a breather. And Tigers got plenty of bodies on the sideline that know what they're doing. They've watched, they've played, and now they get to have quite a time here in this game. So there's a lot to be learned in this game.
3rd and 13 for Swanton with ball on their own 25-yard line, 8:53 to go. Here's the pitch outside to Wirtz. Good pursuit by Liberty Center. In on the stop, Westoven, Box, and Silvis. With the loss of Ottawa Hills from the schedule, and you know, you want to give your starters some playing time. Where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
We have 3 big games left with NWAL foes Bryan, Delta, and of course Archibald. And those will be big ones.
Very true, Spike. And whether they'll have a mix of the first team with some of the reserves to see how they can work together, and or whether we'll get the first team in there here on this offensive series. That'll be pretty interesting.
High spiraling kick. It's short. Tiger ball players get away from it. It'll roll untouched across the 50 down to the 40, inside the 40-yard line. Liberty Center will take over on their own 37-yard line. A 38-yard punt from the Swanton Bulldogs. Obviously their best weapon to date. 8:20 to go here in the first half. And Liberty Center cruising along in control, 37-0.
A lot of little lessons to be learned, Spike, just all over the place. I don't care how good you are, you can learn additionally by playing and by watching others play and studying films and whatnot. But Tigers set it up again.
Here's the give to McClure, bursts through the right side, breaks a tackle up near the 50-yard line. The Tiger machine keeps on clicking. A 12-yard gain for Liberty Center. McClure from the right side broke across the left behind the block of that left side of the offensive line. Schwab in there to tackle. And Jesse Miller, the guard on that left side. McClure and Zeiter in the backfield. Atkinson in motion left. Here's the give to McClure off that same left side, same play as before. Gain of about 5 on the play for McClure. That will make it second down and 5 for Liberty Center. Ball spotted on the Swanton 48-yard line. Now we're a little bit overzealous in our call there. Gain of 3 yards for McClure. It'll be 2nd and 7 on the Bulldog 48. Smith and Huff remain as the tight ends. Tiger backfield the same. And now Atkinson in motion to the right. They give to McClure for the 3rd time. He jumps over the line of scrimmage. Pile up there. That'll give him some gain. The Swanton defense closed quickly, and McClure's attempt at valor there, jumping over the line of scrimmage, goes for naught. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ball still at the 48-yard line of Swanton. I believe this is only Liberty Center's 2nd 3rd down chance of the night. Tigers with Atkinson in a wing left. Here is the give to Zeiter, straight ahead. He'll be stopped short of the 45-yard line, gain of about 2. 4th down and about 5 to go from the Swanton 46. Jim, I really see no reason to, we know Lindgren's field position is anywhere within 85 yards of the goal line, but not surprising here, they're going to punt. They need to work on that for the future.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I want to see the coverage and also whoa, a little razzle-dazzle there, but it didn't work. The back coming around is supposed to take that handoff, slipped, and the kicker ended up with the ball and really gets snuffed out, but he did try something, Spike.
You can never figure out Rex Lindgren and what he's going to do. There is no rhyme or reason. There is no textbook on Rex Lindgren. And Jim, that play would have worked. That was number, let me see. Right, Van Gunten coming around from his wide cover position on the right.
Yep.
Beautiful fake carried out, almost like what you would call a Statue of Liberty play by the punter, and it would have worked because the Tigers had that left side sealed over there, and that would have went for huge yardage. But Van Gunten slipped and fell on this wet grass, and that was pretty much it. Miller fought his way forward, picked up about 3 or 4 yards, but it wasn't enough, and the Bulldogs take over. Strayer in at one of the linebackers for Liberty Center. Amstutz and Van Gunten still the defensive ends. Box, Sharp and Lindgren still inside. Now the give to Wirtz. He's a Bulldog. He's a hard-nosed kid, taking a lot of pounding, but he's running the football. Gain of about 4 on the play for Wirtz. Almost broke through, but good pursuit by Liberty's defense.
Scott
That's
Sharp
right.
Stayed right on his tail and got a hold of him.
Number 71, Kane Myers, checks into the lineup for Liberty Center. Schwab, number 67, coming out. Silvas in as a corner for Tigers. Coverage out here with the white out to the left. Now back to throw. Bacon throws upfield. Under a lot of pressure, overthrows his intended receiver, number 40, Wirtz. Punting. They know Liberty Center isn't necessarily going to jam it down their throats. So I expect they'll go for it here. What do they got to lose?
Yep, true enough.
Swanton with white out split to each side. Now the draw play up inside. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one down inside the 30 to the 25, brought down in the open field by Ryan Miller. Jim, he just about broke that. Great call by the Bulldog offensive brain set over there. Draw play off the right, burst through, and the Bulldogs have a first down deep now in Tiger territory. Their deepest penetration of the evening. Ball placed at the 23-yard line of Liberty Center. Full house backfield, wide out to the offensive left side. Now motion to the left. Here is that little misdirection play coming back to the right with Wirtz. That'll go for no gain. Tackle over there by Lingering, the call there on the tackle. Tiger defensive line doing a good job of staying home, Jim, on that.
Misdirection.
Yep.
Getting back to that fake punt, it rambled for the first down and possibly their biggest gainer to this point in the game. Tigers were caught just a little off guard. They were surprised that it wasn't punted, and so maybe didn't really have a good hold of what they should.
Uh-oh, now there's a fumble still loose, and it's recovered by the Tigers. I believe it was Ryan Miller, number 24. Or was it 54? It might have been Scott Sharp on the fumble recovery. Jim, something went wrong with that right from the offset. They didn't even get the handoff clean, and it squirted loose, and the Tiger defense comes up with another big play. Tiger offense now doing some scrambling, not sure of which unit in there. I think we've got some of a combination. Two tight end set, Atkinson wing right. Shaddy under center, straight ahead dive to McClure. Stays on his feet, strength, gets across the 35 to the 37, gain of 5 on the play, but we've got a late flag come out. Holding against Liberty Center again. And I guess if you're going to pick out any one thing that you could criticize the Tigers for this game, Jim, it's that yellow laundry that keeps fluttering in the breeze.
Well, they're getting some of that, but they're so strong and so quick in what they're trying to do that you can expect a mistake once in a while. But Spike, if you will, speak to the defensive line and their movement and their charges as they rush on a given play. Can you kind of tell us from your boys' point of view or from your experience what they're doing out there?
Well, we'll catch that afterward. Now give to Zeider off the left side. He spins up, breaks a tackle, gets up around the 30-yard line. You're speaking of our defensive play.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be the defensive line would just more or less hold their ground, try to get a pile at the line of scrimmage for the linebackers to clean up. But this year, they've taken a much more aggressive approach to the game from the defensive line standpoint, and they look to penetrate 3 or 4 yards deep. They look to go after the ball carrier, and which a lot of times just breaks it wide open for everybody. Now the give on the sweep to Zeider coming around the right side, finally hitting the open field. A gain of about 6 on the play for Zeider, but tripped up. That could have been a big one.
That would have gone big.
Clock running at 2:08 here in the first half. Jim, I really expect Lingering to pull out the stops. I think he'll want to get one more score with this offensive unit in there. Make sure this game is really put away. we may not see much of him in the second half, so I think he's going to look to go downfield. Tigers lining up, though, in the two tight end formation. Atkinson in the wing on the left side. Zeiter and McClure remain in the backfield. Here's the pitch to McClure, following a couple great blocks. He breaks a tackle. He's down the sideline. There's one man to beat. He gives him a push, and he stays inbounds all the way down inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 18. What a burst of speed. Jim, that defensive back had a big angle on McClure. McClure almost outran him and somehow stayed in bounds for an extra 15 yards before finally tripping and going out. Great blocking at the line of scrimmage for Liberty Center. Moeller, the tackle on that side. Wesche, the guard. Huge hole. That's been the Tigers' bread and butter running play all year long. Now two tights, Axon wing left. Here is the give to McClure again, same play. Follows a block, carries about 4 Bulldog tacklers down inside the 15-yard line. Tigers now taking it straight at Swanton Bulldogs. Plenty of time left here in the quarter to get one more score in there. 1:28 left. Ball on the 18-yard line. No, that's wrong. That's down inside the 10. Tigers now with that same offensive set. Here is the give to McClure around the left side, following a block of Amstutz. Gets down inside the 5, somewhere down close to the goal line. Now the spot's going to be at about the 3, about a 7-yard gain for McClure. You know, Mike McClure's really been a workhorse tonight. He's had probably the most carries he's had all year, and he just seems to get stronger and stronger. Tigers now enjoying a 1st and goal on the 3. Clock running, but at this point, certainly not a factor. 1:09 to go, but the Tigers knocking on the door again. Same offensive set, Atkinson on the wing left. Back split, Atkinson in motion. Shaddy back to throw, now a little quarterback draw. Jim, I'm not sure if that was a broken play or if that was set to be. Shaddy seemed to follow a block and then turn it up inside. Any ideas? I'm not sure.
Well, it wasn't very smooth, Spike. He looked like he was coming out of there as if to pass. Of course, the quarterback draw, they are supposed to kind of have that look about it. But as he turned upfield, it just didn't look real smooth. So whatever it was, they got her on the 1-yard line with the old clock a-mooing.
Clock running at 20. Now we've got an official's timeout. The play did go still for a positive 2 yards on Shaddy's keep. Tigers now enjoying a 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line. You know, it's going to look bad here. The Tigers want to punch it in on this play. They don't want to have to call a timeout to try to get a score because, you know, Swanton can kind of take that as a slap in the face. Tigers give straight ahead. We think, was that McClure on the carry? He's in for the touchdown. Jim, I'm flabbergasted. I expected a Liberty win, but I never expected in just the way it went. Now Liberty Center leads it 43-0 here with 13 seconds remaining in the first half. And well-deservedly, Mike McClure in for the score, him being the workhorse of this offensive drive.
He'd be almost melting a calculator, adding up all the yards that he's amassed on the ground. Spike, looks like the kick again is good, although not a pretty thing. It's still, they remain perfect tonight in their extra point conversion. Got her up to 44 points in the first half with just a 13-second kickoff remaining. But what an offensive show by these Tigers tonight.
By the time the end of this game, if you try to get in there, it'll be packed. You might as well forget it. So if you do get the early jaunt, load up, maybe save a little for you know, when you get up in the morning about 6 o'clock and you got the thirsties and maybe a good couple bites of that good pizza, stick right with you. Now the kickoff by Yaw. He drives it low again down the right side, heading for the sideline. Bulldogs pick it up and steps out of bounds as he scooped it up. And with 12 seconds to go, it's actually academic at this point. Liberty cruising along 44-0. Swanton will take over. Time for probably one play. And Lindgren, the 3 out of the 4 in there now. But the Tigers also have Miller in there. They have Silvis in there, the cornerback. And Strayer is a linebacker. Here's a draw play up inside. Tackle made, I think, by Lindgren.
Yeah, 76, Lindgren.
Yeah, Blake is, there's another success story. Blake really anchors that defensive line, just stands there in the middle and dares you to try to run over him. It can't be done, so that forces the other team to start going outside, and then the Tigers' speed and pursuit take over and pretty much snuff out everything that anybody's been able to throw at us so far. Here at halftime in the newly renovated Bulldog Stadium, a beautiful stadium here, plenty of seating. We have Liberty Center leading 44-0, and by a special courier, hermetically sealed, I might add, from the accounting firm of Overmeyer, Engler, and Overmeyer, we have a plethora of halftime statistics. Liberty Center holds a tremendous advantage in total yardage. Liberty Center, 341 yards of offense, and the Swanton offense held to only 31 total yards. For Liberty Center, we have Atkinson, 42 yards on 4 carries. Zeiter, 59 yards on 9 carries. And here's the biggie, Mike McClure, 165 yards on 11 carries. Also Shaddy, 2 yards on 1 carry there near the goal line. Touchdowns, Smith with 2, Zeiter with 2, Atkinson with 1, McClure with 1, and Amstutz with the safety. For Liberty Center in the passing department, Shaddy 2 of 2 for 40 yards, and Tim Huff on that end-around pass, 1 of 1 for 36, for a total of 76 yards. Smith, 2 catches for 70, and Atkinson 1 catch for 6. Swanton is 2 of 5 for 9 yards in the air with 1 interception by Atkinson, and they're rushing 18 carries for only 22 yards. Believe it or not. On the defensive side for Liberty Center, we have Sharp, 7 tackles leading the team, 2 for a loss. We have Lindgren with 4 tackles, 2 of those for a loss. We have Wesche with 4, Matt Schwab with 3, 1 of those for a loss. And with 2 tackles, we have Silvis, Sattler, Amstutz, Atkinson, and Troy Westhoven. Now, time of possession, certainly not an indicator, Jim, of this game. Liberty Center holding a slight edge, 12 minutes and 13 seconds, and Swanton held the ball only about 20 seconds less at 11 minutes and 47 seconds. So there you have it. Certainly, Liberty Center dominated the first half entirely. Jim, I don't know what to look for the second half. What do you think?
I think we're going to see a lot of substitutes, or at least players that need to find and be looked at in the various spots. It was interesting to see Ryan Zeiter throwing several passes down here, reserve quarterback, able to play and does play many other positions. Also Scott Overmeyer. So I think we'll see a lot of people, a lot of different people in a lot of spots. But Tigers need to strive to hold their discipline and not commit penalties or jump when signals are a little bit different, and just continue to execute. So what a first half, though. Tigers just absolutely brilliant, seeming to execute and do just about anything they wanted and put up a lot of points. But the defense, the Tiger defense, as you pointed out earlier, just gave them excellent field position. They created a safety there. Amstutz, great rush down there when the Bulldogs had it on the goal line, and 44-0. And we'll just hope the Tigers can continue their disciplined approach to the game here.
Here's Miller on the return from the 10, breaks it up the middle, has another one, and finally slips and falls up near the 40-yard line. 32-yard return for Ryan Miller. He pretty much had everybody beat, Jim, but in trying to pick his feet up and get through that mass of players, tripped up. It'll be Tiger first down on their own 41-yard line. We'd also like to quickly mention the 2 fumble recoveries for Liberty Center were rewarded to Ryan Strayer and Van Gunton. Tigers now with Atkinson in a wing left, in motion now to the right, 2 tight ends. Here's the give inside to McClure. He rambles forward, carrying about 4 tacklers. He'll get down near up near the 45-yard line. Check to see where the ball's spotted. Now the ball will be spotted short of that, up at around the 44. 2-yard gain for McClure, 2nd down and 8. Jim, I'm glad to see the Tigers come out with that first-team offense. I think they need to see at least one series. They've got some tough games coming up, and they need to stay sharp. Atkinson gets a quick jump, not called. Lobbed out there just over the outstretched fingers of Smith. Seth Atkinson from his wingback spot. I don't know if you picked that up or not, but Jim's up here chuckling. He saw it too. Seth looked like Canadian League football there. He was about 3 yards forward on the snap of the ball.
Yeah, ref was sleeping on that play.
Well, 3rd down and 8. Tigers actually their worst 3rd down position of the night. 11-11 with the clock stopped. We've got Atkinson split wide to the right. Huff split wide to the left. Here is the power sweep to Zeider. He gets outside on a block by McClure, cuts it up inside, heading down the sideline, 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. It's another Tiger touchdown! Ryan Zeider from Liberty Center's 43-yard line, a 57-yard burst, but might be brought back. We've got some yellow laundry laying at the 44. Look out.
Spike, have to make a comment about Mike McClure. Mike McClure blocked 2 different Swanton Bulldogs to make that happen as it was coming around this end. He made a block just a little to the inside and turned around and then looked the other way and made another block. And they waved that flag off, so that does stand and put the points up. Tigers score again.
Well, finally, we're not sure what they thought they were calling, but after a quick officials conference, flag picked up. The 57-yard jaunt by Zeider, good for the score, and Jim, you pointed that out also well. Mike McClure, tremendous job of blocking.
2 blocks.
Spangler will kick for Liberty Center. Tigers set now. The snap, placement by Zeider, it's down, kick is up, and he drills it off the scoreboard. Someplace up there around the O on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. And the Tigers lead it by the whopping score of 51-0 with only 25 minutes gone. Tonight, Rick, Rhonda, Nick, and Brittany Miller for their brother and son, Jesse. Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son, Rob. Terry and Mary Lou Bowers for their son, one of the assistant coaches, Tim. Dave and Deb Silvis for their son, Brett. Dave, Nanette, Abby, and Andrew Schwab for their son and brother, Matt Schwab. Glenn, Gaina, Molly, Ben, and Katie Small wish Jesse Smith lots of luck. Jim, 51-0, Tigers preparing to kick off here. Where are we going to stop? Line drive kick, bounces at the 25. Now bobbles around, finally picked up. Great coverage by Liberty Center down there. The Bulldogs managed to evade 1 tackle, and they get up somewhere around the 28-yard line. Once again, the Tigers held them in. Specialist Brian Flory. Brian, simply a tremendous job for Liberty Center this year, filling in wherever he can on defense, but on special teams, a real threat. Bulldogs line up now, wide out to either side, motion coming back to the line, inside line of scrimmage. Give off the right side, maybe a yard on the play. Swanton now certainly with no hopes of winning the football game, but they have to, in this first game of the second half of the season, have to work on some fundamentals, and they've got a season to play out, and they have their own pride to contend with.
Yeah, Spike, let's remember that cannon. They love to shoot that big cannon to have the big boom in case they can put a point on the scoreboard. So they're working at it. It was Parents' Night. These boys were introduced along with all the other extracurricular participants.
Bulldogs now with a wide out to the left. Here's the give straight ahead to the workhorse, Wirtz. He'll gain about 3 on the play, and that'll bring up third and somewhere around 7 yards. Jim, we want to mention also another first half where Liberty Center has held the opposition scoreless. It's only been in the second half, late into the progress of the ball games, where the Tigers have given up any points. Certainly a record to be proud of.
That's right. This 98 edition of the Liberty Center Tigers championship drive is just phenomenal to this point in the season, Spike. They're just finding all kinds of ways to get it done offensively and defensively. Pass behind him.
Yeah, little pass to the tight end, breaking across the quick middle. Thrown behind him. Yeah, he really didn't get set too well, throwing off the wrong foot and off the wrong side. Punting situation for Swanton with the ball at their own 30-yard line, 4th and 8. Back deep, number 2, Seth Atkinson. The snap, a little short, picked up cleanly. High spiraling kick, and Atkinson calls for the fair catch successfully at the Tigers' own 33-yard line, where they will take over. 9:19 to go here in the third quarter. Liberty Center leading at 51-0. And now, Jim, we've seen fresh set of ball players out there. Scott Overmeyer, number 10, taking over at quarterback for Liberty Center. We'll try to get the second squad in here set for Liberty Center. Here's the give up inside.
Second down and 8 yards to go as Scott Overmeyer brings the team up to the line of scrimmage, ball about on the 35-yard line.
Give to Silvas off the right side. Follows a nice wall of blocking by the Tigers. He'll be close to a first down. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Liberty Center on their own 42-yard line. At center for Liberty Center, number 50, Matt Furco. Brian Flory, a guard on the right. Here is the give to Collins on a pitch, gets outside. No, brought down in the backfield. We've also got a flag. Doesn't appear to be too good for Liberty Center's standpoint. Yeah, it'll be a hold against the Tigers, and I would imagine, depending on the spot of the football, the Bulldogs should decline. I believe penalty declined, so no gain on that last play. It will be 4th down and 1 for Liberty Center, ball on their own 42. And the Tigers punt unit out there to, I would imagine at this point in the game, go ahead and kick the ball away. Atkinson and Smith, the 2 wideouts. Low line drive kick, takes a favorable Liberty roll, covered by Jesse Smith. Down there around the 20-yard line. 45-yard punt, quite effective for Ryan Miller. Coverage out here is Miller. We've got Dilbone as a defensive end. Back to throw. And nothing there. Atkinson on the coverage deep. Great single coverage there by Atkinson. Not much chance for a completion. Coming off now is Chris Box. Try to set the defensive line. Jeremy Babcock is a safety. Strayer, a linebacker. Bloomfield in there on the defensive line.
Big run coming around there.
Around the outside on the right, a gain of about, we'll say 5 on the play.
21 on the final stop. Jeremy Babcock on his shoestring tackle prevented that from really getting big, Spike.
Yeah, Jeremy, the fine athlete, is a sophomore for Liberty Center. I know they're looking for big things from him in the future. Sattler remains inside for Liberty Center on the defensive line.
Number 52 in the game.
We have Scott Whitman as a tackle on the right in there. I think Kane Myers on the left. Dropping back to throw the home run ball. Silvas right on him. Incidental contact, not called. Just a Hail Mary throw by the Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah, Swanton receiver crying on that. He wanted interference out here on the 40-yard line, but wasn't going to happen. Just good coverage there by Silvas, and brings up a 4th and 5. The ball's on the Swanton 26-yard line, so they're going to want to get some foot into it.
.8:57 to go here in the third. Here's the high end over end punt. Atkinson there. Fair catch called, and the Tigers will take over at their own 45-yard line. They lead it 51-0. The dream season. Everybody dreamed the impossible dream. Can we make the playoffs? And it was close. And every game, can we win just one more? You know, and that bubble in the back, that fine ornament for the Christmas tree was there waiting, the state tournament. But now here we are again, and we've been there. It's going to be tough. Here's the give to Silvas around the left side. Gain of a couple on the play, be 2nd and 8. But this year, now the coach is having you. We've got a Tiger down, maybe Silvas on the carry. Officials timeout. But this year it's an altogether different ball game. A great Tiger defense, and Tigers really filling in well in spots that were vacated last year by graduation. But can the coaches keep the spirit up? Is that going to be a problem?
Well, the Tigers are measuring up. It's good coaching, it's discipline, it's dedication on the part of the boys. It's just a pleasure to watch a program that has and does excel like this.
The hurt Tiger, number 57, Brett Westhoven, appears that he can come back quickly from this. I know as a senior he doesn't want to miss a beat here as we head into the second half of the football year. Now the give up inside, I believe Collins still on his feet, finally crosses the 50 and pulled down. That will bring up for Liberty Center a 3rd down and about 4.
Now, Spike, it's so good football now. The Ohio Athletic Association requires a trainer to be present at all games, and that just doesn't mean somebody that wants to fulfill the position. I mean somebody that's really trained and really knows and so forth. And so it's very comforting to have somebody on a job like that that can ascertain the extent of his injuries, at least in a preliminary nature. Big pass.
Back to throw, and it's caught! A circus catch by Oberhaus! Jim, this kid, every time he's on the field, he is capable of coming up with a big play. And there it was, Liberty Center on a play-action pass from Overmeyer. Brilliant catch by Oberhaus. A first down for Liberty Center on Swanton's 25-yard line. Number 80, Josh Oberhaus. Super pair of hands there. Tigers lining up with the two tight end set. Here is the give inside. Not sure of the Collins on the carry off the left side. A second down and 7. Wing back for Liberty Center on the right, Nathan Cordes. Collins and Silvas in the backfield. Give straight ahead to Silvas. He's cut after a gain of about 4 on the play. Inside, or yes, just inside the 20-yard line on the 19. Oberhaus tight end on the right. And Keller, the tight end, on the left. Here's the straight ahead dive. Short of a first down. It'll bring up 4th down for Liberty. But I'm sure at this point the Tigers will go ahead and go for it. 4th down, 4-down territory. It'll be 4th and 2 on the 17-yard line of the Bulldogs. 3:48 remaining here in quarter number 3. Kane Myers, tackle on the left. Uh-oh, a little bit of misdirection. Overmeyer on a keeper, breaks a tackle, dives forward, and good for a first down run. A mix-up in the Tiger backfield, but Scott Overmeyer alertly turned and bootlegged it off to the right, beat 2 defenders, twisted, turned, and broke a tackle, and got down inside the 15. It's down to the 10-yard line, just outside the 10-yard line. First down for Liberty.
Scott Overmeyer doing a nice job in there directing the offensive unit, and true enough, come around there a little bump there, but just tucked that ball away and headed around the corner, bringing them close to the goal line and moving the sticks. Fresh set of downs.
Larry Yaw in there at left guard for Liberty Center. Here's a straight ahead dive inside the tackle. That would be normally Silvas' spot on the left side in the backfield. Tigers marching here, knocking on the door once again. It will be 2nd down and 5 on the 6-yard line.
Working on that time of possession statistic here.
Yeah, hey, and the Tigers on the season still trail. The opposition actually has more possession than Liberty Center. Here's a straight ahead dive right up the middle to Collins. Tigers relentless now, grinding out the yardage. Gain of about, we'll call it 3 on the play. It will be 3rd and 3, ball just outside the 3-yard line. The Tigers can get a first down just short of the goal line. The tackle on the right side for Liberty Center appears to be Ryan Smith, not sure. Now straight ahead dive off the left side. Silvas, the ball carrier. Short of a first down. Fourth and 1 to go, just outside the 1-yard line. Jim, I know these guys want to punch this in. They don't care what the score is.
Oh yeah, they're serious about it. There's a lot of fresh shirts in there, and this is important to them.
Tigers lining up. Wing right, 2 tight ends. Here's the dive to Collins. He's in for a touchdown. It's another Tiger touchdown. They lead it 57-0 in what I would call a super whitewash. Swanton certainly an underdog coming into the game, but not anything like what we are seeing here tonight. Jim, a great sustained drive by the second unit. Certainly bodes well for the future for Liberty Center.
Oh, it does. Every play didn't work just exactly perfect, but they kept their heads, and just a good job by all out there. They got their blocks when they needed to. They had some nice ball carry in there, and Scott Overmeyer showed why he's the backup at that quarterback position.
Snapper in there for Liberty Center, Brad Wyrock. Overmeyer's kick was blocked, though. But, of course, at this point, what we would call academic. Liberty Center leads it with 1:03 still remaining in the third quarter, 57-0 here on NCTV 5. Quickly run through our list of seasonal sponsors, the ones who make this broadcast possible on NCTV 5. We have Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Service located in downtown Liberty Center. Pizzanella's Pizza just around the corner. Craig and Sherry Myers. We have Dave's Running Shop in Delta, complete line of Tiger togs and sporting goods. Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court. And the kickoff, little dribbler, rolled around, going to be fought for at the 45-yard line, but Swanton has possession. Also, we have Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, KK Collision of Liberty Center, who also own the state-of-the-art painting process now. We have Davis Farm Services, Swanton Welding, Pilliards in Swanton, B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking, First National Bank, the Henry County Bank. And back to live action here, we've got motion right, wide receiver set to the left, and a flag on the play in Napoleon. We have Holgate Metal Fab in Napoleon. Clappenhaney Tools in White House. We have Terry and Mary Lou Bowers of Liberty Enterprises, and Skip Miller and Miller Trucking located in Napoleon. Also, his number one.
Dave, Terry, he's our man. He can't fix it, nobody can. So Dave, no.
Yep.
Miller Brothers Trucking says, go Tigers! Keep on rolling over those opponents.
Shoot pictures. We'll get your...
Well, you want to do...
From all of us at LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating.
Dave's Running Shop would like to wish all the athletics at Liberty Center High School success in the 1998 year.
All the employees at First National Bank and Liberty Center would like to say, go Tigers, have a great year.
Yeah, he's always fine. Program without the added charge.
We didn't say, we said, yeah, that Lingren is an ass.
And Mary Lou Bowers of Liberty Enterprises, and Skip Miller and Miller Trucking located in Napoleon. Also, his number one driver, we want to mention the Big Lou, veteran of the trucking wars. Now the Bulldogs, after the penalty, the give to Wirtz. He skips around the outside, breaks a tackle there, down the sidelines. Tigers putting on a chase, finally knocked out of bounds down around the 20. Number 88, Tim Huff, knocks him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Easily at the 25 they're going to mark it. Easily the biggest play of the evening for the Bulldogs.
You mentioned earlier that he was runner-up to Jesse Smith in the 100-yard dash at the NWOL League meet, and he showed it. Good speed going around there. So Tigers got to knuckle down and play some defense now.
Bulldogs with a wide out to the left, full house backfield, give straight ahead to Wirtz. He rambles forward for about 6. Jim, this is the only time in the game where the Tigers have been susceptible to giving up any scores. It's well into the game when things are pretty well decided. Coming out of there is Huff, and checking into the game for Liberty, number 7, Nick Parasini. Clock running here down to about 17 seconds. This may be the last play of the third quarter. The Bulldogs smelling blood here. They want to get on the board. Here is the give. A tackle broken, but good pursuit by Liberty Center. They stop him short of a first down. It will be close. And at the end of 3 quarters, the Liberty Center leads it 57-0. The Bulldogs faced with a 3rd and short on the Tigers' 16-yard line.
Last quarter, this is now the 4th quarter. Spike, want to mention to you the good tackle by Joe Keller to prevent the first down, but it's 3rd and 1, Bulldogs driving.
Motion right, give off the right side. He'll be brought down, but I believe he's got first down yardage off the right side of Liberty Center. On, I believe, this year, Canton may be the site of the playoff finals at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That yet to be determined, and Jim, Liberty Center has a long way to go. If you remember, back in the mid-'60s, the Tigers were on the march. They defeated Napoleon in the big matchup, 12-8, and they had what appeared to be the NWOAL crown locked up in their back pocket, but a blocked punt late in the game turned a victory into a defeat and allowed Liberty only to tie for the league championship. So you just never know, and it ain't over till it's over. Finally, they get him up on his feet, gingerly making his way off, helped by 2 of his players. Well, now they're going to carry. Bloomfield, the nose tackle. We have Myers and Whitman at defensive tackles. Here's motion to the left. Give coming back to the other side to Wirtz. Breaks a tackle, but hung, let me see here, get the gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. They're going to spot the ball at the 8-yard line of Liberty Center. Jesse Miller, a defensive end on one side. Dilbone, defensive end on the other. Babcock has coverage on the safety over there. Give straight up the middle. Tigers stop him short of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down now and about 2 for Swanton. Ball around the Liberty Center 6-yard line. Clock running, 10:44 here. Final quarter, Liberty leads it by the whopping margin of 57-0.
Spike, you got to admire the defense thrown up by the Tigers here. They're just they're down there on almost their goal line. It's on the Tiger 5-yard line, but they're not about to let it happen. Of course, if Swanton gets one, they want to shoot their big cannon, so they're trying awful hard.
Yeah, they can shoot it once. I don't care. Give off the right side. Down inside the 5-yard line, near the goal line. It'll be a first down, 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Tiger JV squad. to the line of scrimmage, wide out to the left, 2 tight end set. Here's the give coming back to Wirtz, and he's in for a Bulldog touchdown. Swanton on the board, giving the homecoming night crowd chance for a little celebration. Score stands at 9:51 of the fourth quarter, 57-6. You know, Jim, right now in the computer rankings, Tigers, well, in the sports panel, the sports writers vote, Tigers solidly in first place in the state, 311 points to a very strong Marion Pleasant team, second at 254. Well, here as the Bulldogs go for 2, here's the give to Wirtz off the left side, cuts up, it's close. No, they're going to say he's in, and the 2-point conversion good. It's 57 for Liberty. There it is. Boom. Hey, that feels good for the Bulldogs. What the heck. 57-8 Liberty. Anyway, back to the computer rankings. After 5 weeks, Liberty Center with that win over Wasion moved from 5th into 3rd. But you know, season far from over. They've got some people not far behind in the standings, and it ain't over till it's over there. Also, Archbold listed at number 10, and Patrick Henry listed in the number 9 spot. Certainly they aren't out if they can run the table, especially Archbold with the number of points they could pick up with an upset win over the Tigers. So the Liberty just can't take anything for granted here, Jim.
Oh, that's so true, Spike. Depending on what happens in the rest of the division, but a loss would be devastating for anybody's hopes in this league of making the playoffs. So they need to, first things first, they got to win 1 game at a time. They get a bye next week, but then they're back in action. And if they can win the league and be undefeated, there's no way they cannot make the playoffs. They would be in the playoffs in that kind of situation and so forth.
Are you sure?
Yep, I would eat my hat at Pizzanello's.
Specialty play, and that's going to be close, I believe. No, they're going to rule it did not go 10 yards. Right. Swanton came out, and normally as you huddle up before a kickoff.
They're going to let him have it.
No, now they are going to rule it went 10 yards. Swanton takes over at the 50-yard line. Very much a trick play there.
That's where you need TV5 replay to see exactly what happened. Spike, I don't believe that ball went far enough. I'm seeing where the ball's at, and I know where he kicked it from, and I don't believe it went 10 yards. What do you say?
Well, I'm not sure.
Swanton has it, though.
Yep, nevertheless, Swanton's got the football, and that's what matters. Here is the give off the right side to Wirtz. He breaks a tackle. Now chased down by Oberhaus. He dives. He can't get him. Now it's a foot race. Babcock there, and it's a Swanton Bulldog touchdown. The Bulldogs, after another piece of trickery there at midfield, the onside kick, they were lined up in a huddle, and obviously the Tigers weren't ready yet. All of a sudden, here come the bounding kick. The Bulldogs recovered, and on the first play from scrimmage, Wirtz breaks a tackle at midfield and rambles down the right sideline for another touchdown. It's 57-14, Liberty leading it by 43 points. Count them, 43 points.
Yeah, we're going to have some more of that big gun, Spike. Bulldogs slipped it in.
Here's the give to Wirtz, tries to get outside. Here's pursuit. He's hit, but he rolls into the end zone. Time. I guess. Well. Kickoff now taken down there by Atkinson. He twists and turns, cuts back the other way, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. Jim, an interesting situation here. In high school football, there has to be a certain amount of protocol used. Liberty Center called off the dogs, and they didn't do anything, out of the ordinary that teams don't follow as they're rolling up a big margin of score. And you kind of assume that when the JV squads are in there that, you kind of play it by the book. But Swanton came right back with their first unit with the onside kick, and with their starting flashy running back, Wirtz, rambled 50 yards. The Tigers, if they chose to, could take a little bit of offense at that and come right back with their first team. But Coach Lindgren, wisely I probably would say here, does not choose to do that. But you could take that the wrong way. You want your JV unit as a Swanton Bulldog to, see some defensive action here. And I'm not sure that was just exactly the right thing to call in that situation.
Well, they're doing anything they can do to shoot their big gun off, and so they did get a couple scores in. But you could look for the Tiger second unit here to come up with some really innovative play calling in order to get it going. And here comes Collins around the left end for a big gainer. So I bet you we'll see the Tigers endeavor to put some more points up, Spike.
Well, the Tiger reserve team hasn't lost a game in over 4 seasons. Pretty powerful bunch, and you're seeing the main line there of that tough reserve team on the field.
Yeah,
so
of that labor.
That's right. Silvas and Collins in the backfield. Nathan Cordes, the wingback, on the left side. Here's a blitz up the middle, and they break a tackle there. Collins ran right into the teeth of the blitz, broke a tackle, cut back across the grain. First down yardage for Liberty Center with the ball marked at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a particularly good run. He kept his balance, and instead of just going down, kind of bounced around in there till he could find a little daylight, and nice run by Collins.
Oberhaus and Keller, the tight ends, same set. Now back to throw. Overmeyer airs it out. He's got Oberhaus. It's caught! No, finally knocked loose. Oberhaus had a step on his man, tried a tough over-the-shoulder catch, had it for a moment, and when he was hit, the ball popped loose. Nice play call by the Tigers, little play action. Found Oberhaus running that flag route open. 8:30 to go here in quarter number 4. Liberty Center cruising along, leading 57-16. Tigers in that standard 2 tight end set with the wingback Cordes on the left. Here is the give to Silvas. Whistles blow. The Bulldogs keep up their tackle. Yep, Collins with the fresh bodies in there for Bulldogs, but a lot of their defensive starters still on the field. Tigers now the 3rd and 8. Ball at their 47-yard line. Here is the give. Collins kicks it outside, now back up in. Flag on the play. I believe the Tigers probably will be caught for a hold. Gain of about 7 on the play for Collins. Boy, that was from the spot of the foul. Is a hold 15-yard penalty?
I think it is.
Whew. Anyway, 3rd and 18 now. Ball on the 37. Another whistle blows. Somebody appeared 1-yard line, just across the 41. Tigers stay in the 2 tight set with Cordes, the wing on the right side. Now the give, the inside reverse to Cordes. He picks it up, high steps it down. He's across first down yardage, all the way down to the Bulldog 41-yard line. Great blocking by Liberty Center. Play well conceived from his wingback position on the right. Taking the inside reverse was Cordes down to the 41-yard line. 15-yard gain for Liberty.
Well, that was a very hard run by that Cordes fellow. He just come trucking around here and decided, you're not knocking me over very easy, and kept those legs moving, moved the sticks, fresh set of downs.
Now the wing left, it's give to Collins, behind blocks of Silvas and Cordes. Gain of 5 on the play to the Bulldog 36-yard line. Yeah, you know, once Cordes had the football, it looked like a whole cordon of blockers out there in front. And the Liberty Center just does a tremendous job all the way up and down the lineup in their techniques and in their schemes. Now Cordes, the wing on the right side, still the two tights. Here's the give to Collins, picks his way. He's close to first down yardage, brought down at the 32-yard line. That will make it 3rd and 1.
Spike, you bring up a good point. Even at this stage in the game with a little over just hardly 8.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter and the score 57-16, the Tigers that are out there now finish their plays. I mean, everybody has a blocking assignment and so forth.
We had a misrepresentation on the sidelines here. Once again, chain gang from Swanton having a little bit of trouble. It appeared that the Tigers were a full yard short, and actually they wind up only inches short of a first down. It'll be 3rd. They only need to get to the 31.5 for a first down and not almost to the 30. Tigers with wing right, too tight set. Now Cordes in motion, straight up the middle behind the blocks of the two running backs. He's down to the 30-yard line. Another fine play by Liberty Center. They had everybody in front of Cordes, and he rambles down to the 30. 2-yard gain, first down Liberty. Now we've got Tigers set now, first down on the Bulldog 30-yard line. Here is the give to Collins right up the middle, breaks the tackle, carries another one about 4 more yards. Another Tiger first down ramble, gain of 14 yards for Collins.
Spike, you gotta love it, this second unit, if you will, really getting their licks in. I mean, getting a lot of time out there, getting a lot of time to work on blocks and carry the ball or tackle or whatever. And that's just so important. That's just vital to play against the enemy, the opposing colors. And they're playing quite well here against the Swanton Bulldogs.
First down at the 16. Here is the give. What a run. I believe that was Silvas. No, Collins again. Collins again, the workhorse on this drive. All the way down inside the 10 to the 6. First down yardage again for Liberty Center. Now a fresh set of running backs in there. Troy Westhoven and Nick Parasini for Liberty Center. Tigers on the sidelines here working on their long snaps for the point after touchdown. Overmeyer under center. Here is the give to Westhoven off the left side to the 5, and he's in! It's another Tiger touchdown. They answer the chicanery of the Bulldogs. On the onside kick, Liberty leads it now, 63-16. A great, brilliantly outlaid, sustained drive by the Tigers JV unit. Troy Westhoven from 6 yards out scores, and the point after touchdown will be made. A kick made attempt by Overmeyer. Babcock holding Weirach the snap. Set is down. Babcock picks it up, now rolls to his left. He looks, he throws it a little push shot, and finally knocked away. Reminiscent of the play that won the game for Liberty Center last year against the Archbold Blue Streaks. Babcock almost made it work over there. Had Parasini and Keller in the area, but a great Bulldog defensive play stopped the 2-point conversion.
No, there's going to be no kicking here. There just isn't time. The rush was there, picked it up, and comes around and almost converted that. So good thinking by Babcock, and also for those potential receivers out there. They were trying to get in position, but they ran out of end zone, and anyway, the play falls dead. But 63-16, a lot of points.
Yeah, Tigers here by somebody to break that all-time combined single-game scoring record. And of course, I don't look for that to happen anymore now. Set to kick off. Taken down there at the 24-yard line, bounces around and finally scooped up and brought down. Great coverage down there around the 25. Silvas again. Kickoff teams, Flory and Silvas just seem to always get the job done.
Troy Westoven also in on that stop.
Yep, great coverage again by the Tigers. I'm hungry and I'm ready. Oh, now you're ready. All right, Jim, let's get that Coca-Cola on ice and stoke up those pizza ovens. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty and I'm ready to go celebrate a big Tiger victory here in Swanton. They lead it 63-16.
Yeah, but let's don't celebrate the victory right here. Let's go back to Liberty Center and have a Pisanello's Pizza. I mean, they're good. This is pizza weather. It's a good place to go and talk over the game and to really enjoy that Tiger atmosphere at those wonderful supporters there, the Pizzanello people. Also, keep in mind many of our other sponsors, everybody kicks in big so that these broadcasts can be presented. You have Davis Farm Services there providing all kinds of farm-oriented service at this point. 4:39 left to go, Spike.
Yeah, Jim, I filled my pickup truck up today with gasoline at Dave's in Liberty Center. And a used car I just bought needs some body work, and that's going to be heading for KK Collision. Now, given the backfield, they break through the initial line of scrimmage, ramble the Bulldogs all the way up to the 38-yard line of Liberty Center. Yep, first down yardage for the Bulldogs. Maybe look a little more respectable on paper, but there was no contest tonight. Liberty Center led at the end of the first quarter, 30-0, and it's been all sailing since then. Now double wideouts here to the right for the Bulldogs. Now the give off to the other way. Breaks a tackle over there. Finally brought down up around midfield and close to first down yardage for Swanton. Liberty Center looking at a bye week coming up. They will be off, and then they take on the Bryan Golden Bears in a key NWAL contest in 2 weeks. Give off that left side again. That good for about 3:55. Jim, 2 touchdowns given up this game, the most so far this year, and Bulldogs smelling a chance to score again. They've got the ball in Liberty Center's 45. Here's the give again off that left side. First down yardage for Swanton, down inside the 40 to Liberty Center's 36-yard line. Bulldogs running everybody in their kitchen sink over there on that side. Checking into the lineup for Liberty Center, Scott Overmeyer for a limping Jeremy Babcock. Met right there at the line of scrimmage. Big play from one of the linebackers, number 35, Westhoven. Bulldogs, no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Clock running, 1:55 to go in the ball game. And the sweep comes up, breaks it back into the middle.
Nothing there.
Snowed under after about a gain of 3. Third down and 6, and we've got fresh set of football players in there for Swanton. Scrambling to get their positions. Clock running, 1:18 to go. Here is the give off the left side. Met there by number 68, Yaw. Gain of no gain on the play. Good job by Larry Yaw. Right there to snuff that out.
Big play here.
Yep. 4th down and 6.
Last minute, kicking away.
Bulldogs back with a little more experienced lineup in there. Clock running. 43 seconds left in the ball game. 4th and 6 on the Tiger, 32. Drops back to throw. Looking. Thrown over there. It's caught. Very close to first down yardage. We're not sure here. The stick went down. Very close. Of course, we're never going to be sure now. The ball thrown into the middle of the field. Hopefully the spot was right there along the sideline.
Oh, they're going to measure it, Spike. Gosh, 2-inch rule.
Get this game over with. Then it's short. The Tiger defense holds. Swanton wanting to rack up one more score. That attempt thwarted, and the Tigers take over. Time enough for, I imagine, one play with 29 seconds left in the game.
All right, Spike, take a knee on this.
Yeah, I imagine that's what they'll do. They got everybody in the backfield up tight. Scott Overmeyer takes the knee. And the clock I would imagine, will run out now. And to wrap things up here, chapter number 6 of the ongoing saga, the march to the Hall of Fame, Liberty Center wins it by the whopping margin of 63-16. On NCTV5 broadcast. Remains to be seen now what game you'll see in the off week. Tigers will be back in 2 weeks to take on the Bryan Golden Bears. Once again here from Bulldog Stadium, it's Liberty Center 63 and Swanton 16. This is Spike Whitman along with Jim Leatherman. Good night, NCTV5 fans, and good sports.
Trying to tame the Tigers. That wouldn't happen tonight. Mike McClure takes the hand off he goes. Through the Bulldog D, 51-yard pickup. And that led to a touchdown run by Ryan Zeider. Tigers lead 14-0. More for Liberty Center. Rob Shadé hands off to Tim Hoff. Going to the air, finds Jesse Smith all alone. Tigers roll 63-16.